Hi, Staar speaking here. Okay, so today what I thought I'd do is I'll make a really short video showing how I'm getting some of my traffic at the moment. And so many of you email me every single week asking, my best traffic techniques. And what I thought I'd do is just show you how I'm getting some traffic to some of my sites this week. And what I've actually been doing over the last few days, it was actually my birthday over the weekend, and so I thought I'd just drive a ton of traffic to some of my sites so I could make a load of sales actually on my birthday. And I just want to show you how I did that. So what I did was I was using a technique called solo ads. And a solo ad basically is a fantastic way of getting traffic, but only if you do it correctly. So basically what a solo ad is, you find somebody who has like a really big email list and you pay them to send an email out for you. And that email obviously could be to an affiliate offer or something like that, but usually what we do with solo ads is we pay for somebody to promote our squeeze page. So I have loads of squeeze pages on the internet where I try and get people to sign up to my email list. Like I give away a free gift in return for somebody to sign up to my email list. And I try and drive as much traffic to these email squeeze pages as possible. And one of the ways I like to do it is with a solo ad. So usually what I do is I find somebody who's selling solo ads, and I write an email, give it to them, and they send it out to their email list. And a portion of that email list will click on the link in the email and go to my squeeze page. And some of those people will opt in to my email list, and then some of those people, not all of them, but some of those people will then purchase my products a little bit further down the line. So the problem with solo ads, as you can imagine, is how do you know who you're buying from? How do you know that the company you're buying from or the person you're buying from is like a legit seller? And this has always been the problem with solo ads. It's always been kind of a bit of an inside thing, really. You had to know somebody who had bought solo ads from somebody successfully in the past and kind of got a list of people from a friend or something like that. And it's always been very, very difficult because there's something called click fraud. So sometimes, you see adverts saying, we'll send 1,000 people to your website for $20 or gigs on Fiverr and things like that. You may have seen them before. And you purchase and you get a ton of traffic, but no one opts into your email list. All the traffic might come from a third world country, or it might be automatically generated like traffic from a software bot or something like that. So this has always been a kind of like a problem, or there's always been a problem with solo ads, and a kind of like they've got a bad name for themselves. However, there's a great company called Udimi. Now, this is the site here, and originally they were called safeswaps.com, and safeswaps.com was a company which had a number of different email services, and one of the things they provided was solo ads. However, they've just split it out to this new website called Udimi, and it's udimi.com, and I'll put a link to it below this video. But this is it basically here, and the great thing about it is when you buy a solo ad from udimi.com, what's actually happened is that they've kind of like vetted all the people who sell solo ads. So everybody on udimi.com has like feedback, a bit like eBay. So if we we can look at anyone's profile who's selling and kind of like read feedback from previous people who've purchased solo ads. So that's really important. The other thing is Udimi has special software, the same kind of software that Google uses and Yahoo uses, these big companies use, to check for things like click fraud, where the traffic's coming from, etc., etc. So they monitor all the traffic that's going to your squeeze page for you to make sure that you're only purchasing from genuine clicks, not things from like auto bots or software or kind of dodgy clicks, things like that. These are actually real people, and they actually monitor that for you automatically. Plus they have an escrow service. So when you're paying money to a solo ad, sometimes you might buy a solo ad from some from some person you've never heard of, and you might give them the money and you might not even get any clicks. But with Udimi, they hold the money, and then once all your clicks have actually been delivered and verified by the software on Udimi, then the seller will actually get paid. So it's really cool. So let me just show you how it works. So I'm just logged in at the moment, and I've been buying a ton of solos over the last couple of weeks. And if I want to buy one now, I can just click on here. It says find solos. And then we can say how many clicks we want. So this is how they're normally sold. So a solo ad is sold with regards to how much traffic the vendor can deliver. So we can say, actually, we want around let's say between 200 and 400 clicks. So we want to get about kind of between 200 and 400 people to our website or our squeeze page. And we can look here, Mark. I've actually bought a solo ad off this guy here, so we can have a look at this. And then we can go and have a look at Mark's profile. So this is what I always do before I buy a solo ad. So we can have a look at Mark's profile here. We can see he's got quite a large list. We can see his list size. We can see the niches that he's in. And then we can have a look at the feedback. He's got over 1,347 people have actually left feedback here. So, or have actually, he's actually sold that many solo ads. And we can click here, people have said, great solo, great delivery, thank you, amazing solo, always good to buy. Thank you for your solo, etc., etc. So these are all satisfied customers. People can leave bad feedback as well. So sometimes, it's not that often, but sometimes you might have a thumbs down, and then you read it there, and you can find out what happened, or etc., etc. So we know here this guy Mark, he's pretty good. He's got some really good feedback. So that's why I purchased a solo ad from Mark. And then what we can do is we can actually select the offer which we want to send out. So I've actually preloaded in 2 separate offers. So I had a webinar last week, so I actually had an email which Mark actually sent out for my webinar. So this was an email which he sent out. And then I have another generic offer which is just getting traffic to my squeeze page, basically. And you can load these emails in the back end, so you can have as many of these emails as you like. And this is the email which he's going to send out to his list. And that link there basically just links to my squeeze page. And then we can decide how much traffic we want. So, I actually bought 300 clicks from Mark, and that cost me $126. So for $126, I got 300 people to visit my squeeze page. And I think from Mark, I was getting about a 40% opt-in rate. So for every 100 people Mark was sending me, 40 of those people were actually being added to my email list. So pretty good. And, it actually, for me right now, this is, it's a very, very cheap way of advertising, because that's what it is. It's paid advertising, if you like. But it's very, very quick and very, very easy to get started. So I'm just going to, I just want to cancel out of that. But as you can see, you can, lots and lots of people there. What I would recommend that you do, a little strategy which I learned from Reed Florin actually, who kind of got me into solos years ago, is when you're first starting out, and really, this is something I'm doing as well, is you want to buy kind of a small quantity of clicks from lots of people. So even if you want to pay for, let's say you think, okay, I've got a big budget, I want, let's say, 1,000 clicks, I've got a little bit of money. Don't buy 1,000 clicks from one person. You're much better off buying 50 clicks from lots of people. And that way, you may get one person who really over delivers, or 2 or 3 people who've got amazing quality traffic. So it's not the same quality traffic from everybody. Different people have different types of lists. Some people have more buyers on their list as well. So what I tend to do, I've got some quite good tracking software with Infusionsoft. So what I can actually do is I can buy like 50 clicks from every single person. And then the one, I might get, a couple of people who generate a lot of sales for me, and then I'll go back and buy more clicks from those people. Or I might have a couple of people who have really good opt-in rates. So, if I bought let's say a solo ad from Alex here, and let's say, I did a solo and I don't know, he was giving an opt-in of 50% or something, I'd probably come back and buy more traffic from him. The same way if I bought a solo from any of these other people and I got a sale straight away from a one-time offer or something like that, then I'd come back and buy more traffic from them. So solo ads, really fantastic way of getting traffic. Udimi just really simplify the whole process. You can pay for your solos using PayPal. Everybody has feedback, remember, a bit like eBay. And they have an escrow service, plus this kind of like click fraud software, which is actually built into Udimi. So they give you like a heat map of exactly where the traffic is coming from in the world. So once your solo is finished, you can actually have a look and see what countries the traffic came from, which is pretty unique actually. I've never seen that before from a solo ad seller. And that the clicks aren't coming from some like software bot, or they've got like 10 friends out there just clicking on your link loads of times. And the traffic is genuine, which I think is really important. Plus they also have a forum as well, so you can, you know, request stuff on the forum or get help with things. And they also have click tracking as well. So if you want to know what your opt-in rate is from different sellers, they give you a little bit of code which you can put on your autoresponder thank you page, and then you can track your opt-in rate, you know, across different people on Udemy. So when you buy solo ads from lots of different vendors, you can then see what your opt-in rate is from different sellers. So I just thought I'd make that quick video for you today. Hope you found that useful. And remember, you know, if paid traffic doesn't have to be scary, especially with solo ads. You can actually start off with just buying 25 clicks, 5 clicks, and you know that thing of telling, you know, little tip there of just getting 50 clicks or 100 clicks from lots of people. Really good tip there. Like Reed Florin, he spent over, I think, $2,000 last week on solo ads, he was telling me, and he's just buying like 50 clicks from lots and lots of people, and then obviously if one really works, then he goes back and buys more traffic. You know, I bought a ton of solo traffic last week. Actually, I spent about $800 or $900 on solo traffic, and I've actually made all that money back in sales this week, purely just because those people have joined my list and they've already purchased things in my email sequence. So it can be very, very profitable. But remember, be very careful if you're buying solo ads outside of a network like Udemy. Hope you found that useful. I'm Staar, and I'll see you next time.